What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and One Piece Treasure Cruise Global is officially fucked. That's not my words. No, wait, those are my words. So, if you missed out last night, there's my first One Piece Treasure Cruise video since I quit One Piece Treasure Cruise that you guys have probably seen by now, honestly, who hasn't played One Piece Treasure Cruise and hasn't heard about what's happened yet. But server went down for 10 hours, so we thought that, oh, you know, if they bring servers down, that means they're fixing the issue. Evidently, taking servers down and bringing it back up does not mean that they're fixing the problem. One Piece Treasure Cruise is still bugged as heck. So, you can still get this 5555555 download event reward. You can still get it in the game. Now, some people have their own tricks about how to make the mail show up again. If you clear out all the mail and refresh, or if you just refresh quickly a bunch of times, you can get the mail again or something like that. People's strategies vary, but some people are able to do it, some people are not. But the important thing is that it's still happening to enough people that this should have never, ever allowed the servers to come back. Bandai Namco has dropped the ball really fucking hard here. Bandai Namco really just dropped everything on Global. So, at about 6 p.m. Central on December 31st, 2019, there was something that happened in the internal databases of One Piece Treasure Cruise, something in the spaghetti code of One Piece Treasure Cruise that sent out the 55555 reward that was supposed to go out a long time ago again to a bunch of people. Basically, anyone who got the reward back then just started getting the reward again and again and again. Probably what happened is that there's a check in the server that says, did you get the rewards yet? Yes or no? And somehow that was just set to no permanently. And so everyone could just log in, and every time you log in, you got the rewards again. 3 hours and 45 minutes after we first discovered a bug, servers went down for 10 hours. Then they came back up, and now it's still available for some people. And during this time, you basically could log in and get as many gems as you want. Right now, while this game is up on the screen, you can log in and get as many gems as you want. And then you can use those gems to do Sugo Fest pulls, and then you can get those characters to do whatever you want with it. And there is no reason One Piece Treasure Cruise should have come back online in this state. Bandai Namco issued this response. Thank you for playing One Piece Treasure Cruise. Emergency maintenance was conducted. Error details when opening view mail friend approve. You were able to receive the achievement reward multiple times. The fix was implemented. Was it? Because apparently not. Follow-up action for this error. Rainbow gems and items that were distributed through the error will be investigated and revoked individually. The following items will be subject to the investigation. Characters recruited through the use of rainbow gems gained through this error. Training points gained from exchanging characters gained through the above method. Characters gained from special rare recruit exchange at the bazaar using training points gained from the above method. Training points gained by exchanging characters that were recruited through the above method. We are currently investigating the affected characters. For the other items, the following actions will be taken. Erroneous amounts of rainbow gems will be deducted from the current amount of rainbow gems that you have. Characters recruited using the erroneously sent rainbow gems will be revoked. Oops. Characters recruited using special rare recruits obtained from the bazaar using training points obtained from exchanging characters recruited from the above method. Any special rare recruits still not redeemed in your mail that was obtained spending training points again from above methods will be voided. Exchange limit in Bazaar will reset for the applicable special rare recruits. Alright, listen. What they're saying is that they're going to take away characters that you pulled using gems you shouldn't have. They're going to take away gems you shouldn't have. And they're going to take away Rayleigh points and any other points that you supposedly gotten through characters that you sold or whatever by using these gems. They're going to take away all the reward tablets and stuff that you supposedly got during this event. And the important part of the caution, rainbow gems, items, and training points will not be deducted over your current amount. However, if a user is found intentionally using the erroneously distributed items after the maintenance, we may take action based on the terms of service for One Piece Treasure Cruise. If a character subject to be revoked is formed in your crew, you may see an error in the crew menu. It's advisable to remove such character from the crew. So what they're saying is that if you started with 100 gems, and then you got a whole bunch of gems, and you spent 400 gems, well, then they're going to take you down to 0 gems. If you started with 1,000 gems, and you spent 200 gems, well, then they're going to set you down to 800 gems. Now, the problem with all these things is that it leaves the entirety of the global One Piece Treasure Cruise community really in a bad spot. Nobody knows what they're allowed to do or what they're not allowed to do to not actually get in trouble. Like, what if you spent gems on multi, but it's not over the amount that you're supposed to have? Are they going to undo? Are they going to remove those characters and put your gems back? What's going to happen? If you had enough for 2 multis and you did 4 multis, are they going to remove the second half of the multis and then leave you with the first 2 multis that you had? What is going to happen with the entirety of the One Piece Treasure Cruise community? Can you refill stamina with your gems in order to do more treasure map? Can you refill stamina to increase your box space, to do anything with it? What are you gonna do if you use gems that you weren't supposed to have to farm treasure map? And in fact, treasure map right now, people are using treasure map points boosting characters that they didn't have. Are those people going to be banned for using those characters? You don't know exactly which characters are legal or not legal unless you go through and try to detective yourself by get date. And since you're able to log in now and you're still able to get these gems accidentally, you might just accidentally do more pulls than you're supposed to. You're just not even paying attention to it. It's a very, very, very bad. It's not a fix. Whatever Bandai's doing right now, it's not fixing the problem. And after getting service down for 10 hours, you get the best sentence out of this entire notice. As an apology for the emergency maintenance, we're sending everybody 1 rainbow gem. Congrats! Our bad for 10 hours, here's 1 gem. For all the other bad stuff, for the infinite gems everybody can get, after they take them away, they're going to give you 50 gems and a bunch of trash. This is all useless. So you get 50 gems. So you get a total of 51 gems for the biggest bug that has ever happened to any game, mobile, real-life game using real-life currency. I mean, premium currency. This is the worst thing that ever happened to a premium currency in a game ever. This is going to go down in the history of video games as the worst thing to ever happen to any game with premium currency in it. I don't know how they have taken such a bad response to this bug, to let the bug continue going on. Now, granted, Bandai Namco is currently officially on vacation. Their offices are closed for the holidays, and they won't be coming back into the offices until January 4th, which at the time of recording this is another 3 days. So it's still down for another, or they're still officially out of office for another 3 years. There's no way that they haven't pulled some people back from vacation early to try to fix this, because right now, this is terrible. And then there's a lot of weird things like, okay, so I have a legit character that I've had for a long time, and I did a bunch of multis, and I used those characters to power up and get limit break or potential abilities on my character. Does that mean that he's safe? I can power up those characters, get sockets and limit breaks on characters just fine? Because I highly doubt Bandai is able to keep track of what you've used to power up characters. That's not something that anyone really keeps track of in a video game history. And what's the extent of this problem? Obviously, Bandai has no snapshot. Obviously, Bandai does not have server backups to say what you have in your account. Because if Bandai did have a server snapshot, the correct response would have been to shut the game down until they can roll the servers back and then give people the apology after that. But now, letting people play the game is the wrong move. Letting people play the game without fixing the problem is the wrong move. This is bad. What they should have done is kept servers down for as long as required to fix the issue after rollbacks. Taking things back and then letting people log in, at least when we come back, we would have known what we're able to use and continue on with treasure maps, with raids, with everything, knowing that our accounts aren't possibly going to get in trouble. If that means that One Piece Treasure Cruise had to be down for 4 days until January 4th, it had to be down for an entire week until January 7th, which is their official date that the fix is going to happen, good. At least then, after 7 days, the community could come back and actually enjoy themselves with the game. And I said this on stream, but what I think they should have done instead of this shit fucking response of 51 gems is they should have said, hey, bring the entire game down for 7 days. Take back every single pull and every single gem that happened during that time. Revert accounts as best to the best of their abilities to what happened before all this happened. And then give people a guaranteed full Legend multi. Because that would have been exciting for people. It would have been not as good as a lot of things, but at least give people a guaranteed 11 Legend multi or something like that. People would have been excited about it. It would have been the first time it's ever happened in One Piece Treasure Cruise history. Something as cool as that. It would have been fun to see. And a lot of people are going to get worse results than if they just spent all their time getting a bunch of gems and farming them all. But 50 gems or 51 gems is trash for what has happened here. Oh, shoot. Right. It's happened before. But still, full Legend multi at least would have been fun for people to get. Forgot that Global's gotten full Legend multis. Well, hasn't happened on Japan. Guys, the buying and selling of One Piece Treasure Cruise accounts is happening. We know that it happens. I may or may not try to sell my Japan account since I don't play it anymore. But, God, do not buy accounts right now since you don't know if those accounts use these gems and might be abusing these systems, and those accounts will possibly be banned. So whatever you do, don't buy and sell accounts until at least after this shit is over. Don't do it. I think buying One Piece Treasure Cruise accounts is a weird money proposition. But hey, I think maybe my Japan account gets sold at some point. You're not supposed to spend any gems. You're not supposed to use any units that you got during these terribly, terribly, terribly bugged times. But if you get banned, at least you're free from One Piece Treasure Cruise, right? At least then you can move on and play other games. Guys, I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.